Right, who is in charge here? I've just got my youth intake preview and it is unacceptable. Nope, nursery rhymes are cancelled. Get the kids out running laps.
Syngjum saman til sigurs, hrópum áfram Grindavik. Og ég veit, við magnum gerir það.
Mr. Mostly Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on the Impossible Dream. Today we start season 14. We have Breidablik and Fylkir, newly promoted Fylkir in the league. But we start with more disappointing youth intake news. It just seems like we've tapped Iceland dry. There is nothing coming through at all. A poor intake. The best thing we can look forward to is a goalkeeper. And that is just disappointing. There's just absolutely nothing that's predicted what we're expecting from this intake. So yeah, it just makes it more difficult because we know we've got to have so many Icelandic and club trained players in both the domestic and the European squads, and if we're not getting the players through, it just makes it so much more difficult to fulfill those requirements. But anyway, that is what it is. Let's have a look, as we always do at the start of a new season, where we stand as a club. And the good news is that we are a 3-star reputation team, still professional, still the only professional team as well. I did just check. Very determined squad personality. I am the manager. Degan is our captain. Giacchini is our vice captain. Balton is our key player. And new signing Gaston Gonzalez is our hot prospect. And if we go and have a quick update of the facilities, we can see them here, a 15,000-seater stadium. We have got exceptional youth recruitment and academy coaching, though you wouldn't know it. Good youth facilities, state-of-the-art training facilities, and yeah, it still doesn't quite feel like it's going exactly to plan for us, does it? But that is that. The dynamics ahead of the new season is not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. There's still a few unhappy players, but most of those are going to be absolutely fine. Anybody that wants to leave, for the most part, we're looking to sell or move on anyway. So that is all fine on that front. The hierarchy for the new season, we can see there we've got Bakali, who is on his way out. In goal, he wants to assess his contract options. Baltinson and Degan, none of whom support me. And considering what we've done with this team, including reaching the round of 16 of the Champions League last year, absolutely no respect in this squad for me, is there? It's unbelievable. But anyway, I don't know exactly why I'm so unpopular. No one's actively against me, but anyway, the social groups, we can see them there. The 2 or 3 of our newer signings are still without a social group, but that should hopefully come together in the next little bit. We have a lot of German players. Apparently, we've got a German clique, so there we go. That's not something I think I've seen before in Iceland, but that is that. Let's go and have a look at what we're expected to do this year, and we can see we want to finish in the top 2 in the league, which is outrageous. Second qualifying round, I think that's where we enter, so that's going to be absolutely fine. We've got to win the cup, the Icelandic Cup. We've already won the other 2 things, so that's not a problem. A league season preview. And we can see here, as ever, we are heavy favourites to go on and win the league. FH, Breidablik are our second favourites with IA. And then it sort of all goes down from there with newly promoted Fylkir and Leikna favourites for the drop this year. Team of the year, the dream team. Well, considering there is that Nielsen is already agreed to move away. Carlson is just on loan. There's definitely 2 that aren't particularly going to be there, though in likelihood they will be replaced by somebody else. Interesting, though, that Arneson is picked in midfield ahead of someone like Raul or Bakali. So, yeah, that is interesting. And if we go and have a look at the key players, as you would expect, our 2 best players are there. And then we go down and see if we recognize names. I'm pretty sure this guy is... I don't want to click on his name, sort of pop up the thing. I'm pretty sure he was a youth player of ours. Hadartson was definitely a youth player of ours, so that's good to see. He's still around at that's Foldner, isn't it? And if we keep going down and down and down, I don't recognize too many other names there, I don't think. So yeah, that is just kind of what it is. Now, what I did want to just quickly point to our attention to, there may be no professional teams, but if we look at some of the wages these players are on, £1,100 a week for this guy. This guy's on £1,400 a week. So the wages that we're paying for players in the league, £1,500 a week, is going up. Now, perhaps the issue is the quality of players going up, or is it just the wages? Because if it's just the wages, then that doesn't really. This guy used to be ours too, I think, didn't he? If it's just the wages that are going up, then that doesn't really serve anybody any good, does it? But anyway, let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here against, who did I say we're playing? Breidablik first up. Our old enemy, although increasingly it's IA that comes second in the league to us. This is the team we're coming out for first game of the year with. It's Puol in goal, Giacchini, Degen, Unison, and Volpez. It's Jonsson, Rayul, and Bakali in midfield. Milosevic, Sima, and Kruzliak go up front. There's a couple of injuries and sort of knocks around as well, so that is not ideal. But like I say, we'll give as many players we can a game in the second game of the episode. So let's try and get off to a winning start here in this one. Alright, so we can see the team sheets here. Do we recognise names? I don't. Caleb Watts, I recognise the name, but he's Australian, I think. So we've got an all-Australian midfield battle there. Let's hope that Bakali comes out on top. We're the favourites for the reason. Let's go out there and show them why. We are away from home to start the season off, so that'll make life a little bit more difficult. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Now, of course, even though Bakali has requested or opted to assess his option at the end of his contract, he could still stay. I've had in the past when I've had just an offline save, I've had players say that and then end up staying because this is the best option. I do think that might be what ends up happening. The reason that he's unhappy right now is because when Coulson came in, he was worried he was going to take his playing time, which, to be fair to him, in the end he did. But that's more down to Bakali not playing well in Europe than me wanting to not pick him. So he can blame himself for that one. I wonder if he might be ours. I think we may have signed him off them for to give them money and then sold him back to him cheaply. I think as Giacchini keeps possession just about in the end there, and yeah, well, different wavelengths on that one. So yeah, I think Bakali might end up being happy to stay. The question, as I said, is do we actually want or need him to stay? Yeah, that's a good ball for Kruzliak, who's in, and Kruzliak can't find the back of the net. It's sort of the problem that we are increasingly running into is, can we find somebody who is better to come in and do a job? And yeah, technically you wonder if we could. Mentally, I'm not sure we could, to be honest. So it's one of those. Here we go with Volpez getting forward. Kruzliak in the middle. Kruzliak, it's blocked. And we will get a corner. Scoreless after 27 minutes, though. Milosevic to take. And it's a decent one. It's headed away. Sima is there. Milosevic picks it up. Back to Sima. To Jonsson, whose shot is in the end over the top. Now, normally at this time I would show you the goal of the season from last year that you voted. At the time of recording, I'm just sort of playing around with my schedule a little bit with obviously school going back this week, so for my wife going back to work after her summer holidays. I'm just playing around a little bit with how I record things. So at the time of recording, you haven't voted for that yet. It's a good first touch from Milosevic to Sima. It's like Arsene Wenger's Arsenal. Just put the ball in the back of the net. We don't need to get extra points for playing pretty stuff. Just score. So yeah, we'll do that next episode. You will have voted by the time I go to record that. So haven't forgotten, which is unlike me. Usually I have forgotten, but on this occasion I haven't. And there were some good goals, as I'm sure at this point you've seen. So yeah, I don't want to preempt which goal you have picked, because there's no point me pretending you voted when you haven't. So that's not the point of voting for goal of the season, is it? So we look like we could score at any moment. We've just got to finish it off. Is Kruzliak onside? I think he is. It's a very good finish in the end. The goal was just about worth the wait, wasn't it? Just before half-time, 44th minute. And just move them around. Nice ball from Sima to find Milosevic. And that's a great first-time ball, and then a first-time finish. As far as one-touch football goes, that's covered some distance, hasn't it? So we go 1-0 up late in the first half. How close was this to offside, actually? Yeah, it's just a good goal, isn't it? You can't really blame the defence there. They were just picked apart. Here we go with Seema again. Seema for Krusliak. Oh, he should have gone near post with that finish, I think. But we'll have a corner. Can we get a second? That would rest some of the nerves for Hearts. Oh, the goalkeeper's come flying and flapping out. I tell you what, he made up for it, though. What a save from Bakali. That was, yeah, from hero or 0 to hero in that moment. That was brilliant, the second save. All right, so let's say... I mean, are we particularly happy with that? I don't know that we are. Yes, we're winning the game, but we should be much further in front than we are. So we'll go with what we've got there. And here we go again. Now, I think, is this the game I usually stick the goalkeeper up front as well? I don't know that I'm going to do that this time. I'll have to wait and see who we've got in available for the second game. As Unnison puts it just over. We've got to try and get Rapperson on the score sheet, though, don't we? He's, I think he scored in the last 2 seasons, so... Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we do. Oh, if we had given away a penalty, Degen. Alright, Puel. What have you got here for us, mate? Can he be an early season hero? No, he can't. And just like that, it is 1-1. I mean, Degen makes more a week than I think the rest of the league probably do in a season, and I mean, he didn't need to do that. So it's 1-1. Bakali's looking nervous, so that might be enough to. I wonder if he's going to be one of these guys that gets his sulk on. Degen for Bakali. Degen to Giacchini to Rayor, down for Seema. Oh, it's wonderful from Wendell Seema. He wasn't going to miss that, was he? They weren't level for long. We go back in front. And, yeah. This deflection maybe helped, but Raul found Seema, who found himself in space. And he tucked it away beautifully to put us back in front. Very, very nicely done. I mean, maybe you could look at a promising side of this is that Breidablik do look a decent side, don't they? They've certainly not let us rip them to pieces. Oh, that is, never mind goal of the season last season. I think we can just put that one up for this season. That is absolutely brilliant from Milosevic. And maybe their goal woke us up. But he's in a little bit of space there, just cuts in. It's like Coutinho at Liverpool, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant from Milosevic. What a strike for the opening game of the season. And it wasn't offside, so it doesn't really matter. Actually, just as I clicked off there, it may have been close when the ball first got to him. Maybe we should have brought on some of the youngsters on the bench, but they'll get game time in the second game. If they were to score here, you'd just start to get a little bit nervous, but we should have this more or less under control. Raul for Krusliak, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. Oh, and it's off the line. And Milosevic puts it behind for a goal kick. Yeah, but they've definitely angered us, haven't they? Because we weren't really threatening. And it's another one. This time it's Krusliak. I didn't even see him there. He was hiding behind Seema. And it is now 4-1. As we just run over the top a little bit late on here. That might be the difference between a professional team and a semi-professional team. But good to see a fairly decent crowd. Now, if anybody's going to pull a crowd in Iceland, it would be this Grindavik side. But, yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice to see somebody else, somebody else turn professional. It'll just help them attract players that aren't Icelandic. It'll obviously help them in Europe. It'll help them just generally play a better standard. So I think that what it's going to take is somebody getting into the Conference League group stage. I think if someone can do that, then they'll turn professional. I think if there's another professional team, there might be a bit of a domino start to happen. I'm pretty sure that's what we saw in Wales too. They started to sort of late on all start to turn professional. Milosevic to Bakali, who blasts it over. And we are now into stoppage time. It was a slow burner, but in the end, some very good goals and a 4-1 win at Breidablik. What do we say to that? Good win? That's fair enough, I think. So that puts us straight to the top. IA got a 3-goal margin of win as well. So they look as though they could be the big threat again, though that Breidablik side might be better than that 4-1 scoreline looks, I think. So we hammer Breidablik in the end. Milosevic with a stunner has got man of the match. And guys, wait right there. We'll change things up and come back for Fylkir. Okay, welcome back. We are getting ready to face Fylkir, and if you can't play your goalkeeper up front at home to the favourites for relegation, then when can you do it? We're expecting a 4-3-3 out of them. The transfer window has officially closed for us, by the way, so that is that. The other thing too is that Gonzalez can't play for us because he's played for too many teams. Otherwise, he's already played for 2. So what that basically means is that. Well, we're a bit short when it comes to centre backs. Now we did just play a few guys here in an under-19s game for match sharpness, so we'll make a couple of changes to the bench. And this is the team that we are sending out. So Puwal will continue in goal. It'll be actually, you know what we could do? We could play the young kid in goal. Give Puwal a rest. So this will give this kid a game in goal. It'll be his first league start. Meyer will make his first appearance. Pavas and Meister as an unfamiliar back four. Arneson, Fredriksson, and Bjornsson will be in midfield. Kosh, Rocker, and of course Rafferson will be the man up front. Alright, so here we go with the team sheets. Do we recognize any names there? I don't think that we do. Alright, our home form's important to us. We'll go with that. We do just need to be a little bit careful here, don't we? Because we could easily slip up. But look at this. It's Rafferson's 200th appearance, and he's marking that occasion by playing up front. Alright, and here we go in the Grindavik Stadium. Let's see what we can do here. I mean, it's a game we should win, isn't it? There's no way around that. We could even probably go with a number 10, since they've got a defensive midfielder in there. But we'll wait and see what happens. They won their first game, so they must have beaten Fram, judging by goal differences there. So Fram they've been around for a little while in the Pepsi League, haven't they? They've been a fairly consistent team in there. So a good first up result for them, and that was likely a home game. So let's see what they can do away from home against, I think we can say, one of the best teams in Europe right now. Good ball in from a rocker. Kosh has a go. It's off the crossbar. Rafferson not quite there. And we go again. We are into the penalty area. It's blocked. We will get it back to Arneson. Arneson, again, it's blocked. And they're certainly working hard, aren't they? But we're doing fairly well here to keep possession. Now, I don't know that Pavas has played as a centre-back for us before. I may have played him there once or twice, but not... Oh, Rafferson! It was a Bjornsson, maybe, off the crossbar. There's certainly players around Rafferson. I think they've realised who's up there. Though he does have 3 goals for us. I did check before we started the game, and he has scored 3 times. Twice last season, and once the season before that. So you'll notice we do have Balderson on the bench just in case he is just back from injury. So he wouldn't have been able to play 90 minutes anyway. So yeah, we've got him on the bench in the unlikely event that Rafferson can't stick the ball in the back of the net for us. Here we go with Arneson to Bjornsson. Bjornsson looking for somebody, not quite sure who it was. And Pavas picks it up. Fredriksson, nice ball there for Kosh. Good run forward too. Fredriksson's done well. Can we find a cross towards Rafferson? And it is just over. He scored a really nice goal last season, didn't he? I think it was late on he rescued a result for us with a header. As that is just over as well. Missed who it was. But I mean, we're doing okay in terms of possession and all that kind of stuff. We're just not putting the ball in the net just yet. Rafferson, again, threatens to score. Back to Fredriksson, who finds the fans behind the goal. So we've done well. We just haven't quite finished things off as of yet. So let's go with let's go with we're not happy. We've got faith in you all, boys. So we'll fist pump and get back out there. There's no need to change too much right now, I don't think. Or maybe we did need to change something. Can he stop the cross coming in? Not quite as of yet. Ball forward. Oh, what is our goalkeeper doing? Oh, what has he done? I don't even know what he's... trying to do here? I mean, what do you think is going to happen? It's not like he's misjudged and put his hands up. He's just run straight past it. Well, that's one for the end of season blooper reels. So now we've got to get our act together, don't we? We might need to have a look at a second. I mean, one easy thing we can do is stick a number 10 in, sort of move everybody forward in midfield. So that's probably something we'll need to look to do now. And are we going to lose at home to newly promoted and favourites for relegation, Fylkir, Fredriksson? He's got time and space. Good ball for Rafferson. Rafferson's in! Rafferson with the sort of finish you'd perhaps expect from him in this situation. We've got a corner, though. A rocker to take. It's headed away. He'll get another chance to get that. Oh! Ho, ho, rocker! Well. 1.1 million for the Real Madrid man, and that's what advised you. That was, and the angle we had on that as well was absolutely brilliant. He's meant that too. That's a banana kick. Oh, I love that. Wonderful stuff. Now, I thought Milosevic's goal was almost certainly goal of the season. Now, I'm not so sure. Fredriksson, I think, technically offside, but you're not going to rule that out because of Fredriksson, surely. And a rocker now. Will he shoot from here as well? You might as well. Have a go, a rocker. Decent ball in. It's headed away. Fredriksson is there to a rocker. A rocker's in. A rocker! On this occasion, across the face of goal. All right, let's change up this formation. Let's go and have a little bit more of a crack at them. Their defensive midfielder, I think I just saw there, was their only guy playing above a 7. So if we stick a Bjornsson in there, we could even look to take him off and put Olmarkson in a little bit. But yeah, try and occupy him a little bit more and not give him quite as much freedom. I mean, they haven't threatened our goal. The only goal they scored wasn't because they threatened it. It's because the goalkeeper was somewhere else. Maya with a nice tackle. Here we go with a rocker. Can he get that cross in now for Rafferson, who is surely offside? The linesman's flag is up, and he will have to wait a little bit longer for that goal of his. Yeah, he doesn't quite understand the offside rule, which is ironic because he stands in goal with his hand up, so you'd think he'd have a loose understanding of it. All right, let's get Olmarkson on up in that number 10 role. Kosh to take the corner. Look at Olmarkson all by himself out here. It's almost tempting to go and... Oh, it's Mayer off the crossbar, and it's over the top for a corner. Yeah, it's almost worth just sort of floating one out to Olmarkson to have a crack at, you would think. But here we go with Kosh again. Getting late on in the game here now. And that is headed away. Let's give them some encouragement. We will go to the bitter end with Rafferson. There will be no heroics, and we have drop points at home at Fylkir, which isn't ideal. But I think a combination of a goalkeeper up front and... well, I mean, we could have put a striker in goal. We may have had a little bit better with that, I think. So, yeah, that's disappointing, obviously. So there we go. We will not go undefeated this year. We will not be top of the league for the entire season. We are, in fact, in 3rd. So, yeah, we paid the price for a bit of fun there. But the rocker strike was, that was something special, wasn't it? So Maya has made his debut. And Henry Steens, who is that? Was that someone we wanted? No, he's not a fullback, is he? He can't tackle. He's got terrible positioning. So the Malmo manager was looking at Arneson, who is not going anywhere. But guys, that'll do it for today. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We'll come back, so we'll probably look to do a cup double head up, I would think. So that'll be the Gags. It won't be Rafferson. He probably will be playing, but not up front. But anyway, guys, until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.